Dear friends, in this video, I like to do one machine on the Vulnhub, which is primer. If you want to learn the skills of the web application penetration, so here it is. Before we move forward, if you don't mind, please subscribe to my channel and leave a like below. You're greatly appreciated. So without further ado, let's just get started. We can go into the Kali Linux VM. As you can see, I've already done the map scanning. Maybe I can zoom in the terminal so you can see what's going on exactly. As you can see over here, I used the normal options like sync scan, the version scan, the default script scan, and then -p- to do the comprehensive scan. So from the map scanning, we can tell that the target has several open ports. The first two caught or need to catch our attention most. What we are going to do next is to do immersion with the web application because the SSH service doesn't contain vulnerability. So what we are going to do next is to do immersion both manually and automatically. Let's launch our browser to do the immersion manually first. We can put the IP address of the target into the address bar. Press enter. Yeah, we got the page back. And as usual, we need to check the source code of this page, which doesn't reveal anything important. Next, we can use Ligato. Also, of course, before we do that, we need to check whether this site has robots file. It does have. So this is very weird directory, right? We put aside for a while, and we can do some more immersion first, and then come back. Next, we can use Ligato to do the immersion. Immersion is a very important tool for the web application immersion because it can reveal information about the target from a variety of aspects. For example, like version information, the header information, the allowed HTTP methods. Also can enumerate out some common files or directories. In this case, nothing special we can get from the Ligato. To save time, I will not wait anymore. Next, we can use the GoBuster to do the directory immersion. Let's autocomplete this command to do the directory immersion. Of course, although we can discover the PHP myadmin directory, however, this application or PHP myadmin doesn't have weak credentials vulnerability. If you want, you can check it by yourself. So how to do next? We need to go back to the browser. You know, at the bottom here has login panel. We can put information like username, admin, password is also admin, login. However, nothing we can get. Next, we can use the login bypass technique. Admin, single quote, or 1 equal 1, dash dash, password, login. Wonderful, we have already successfully logged in to the target. And this is init. I think this is the first challenge. And maybe we can note down this information. You know, this one, from the pattern, this is very similar to the entry in the robots file, right? So we can put in here. Sorry about that. So what will be the next challenge? Yeah, usually used to tailor content to the specifics of the user's access software. But around here, it served a different purpose, drifting around the seventh circle of security layers. And this little script just checked for an identifier, a hash, no credentials or secrets. So maybe we need to check the source code of this page. And we can scroll down. Here, this board, there is one comment saying that this board was looking for user agent identifier. She had cracked weeks ago. Easy source, just a simple MD5 hash of the first 7 digits of pi. So maybe we need to manipulate the user agent in the request header, right? And the user agent should be the MD5 value or MD5 hash of the first 7 digits of the pi. Of course, I mean, I think I'm sure you know the value of the pi, right? The first 7 digits. So we can go to the website of the online MD5 calculator to generate the MD5 hash. So the first seven digits we can put 7. Yes, 7, and then we can generate. And then we can copy this hash value and go back to the browser. We need to refresh the page. Before we refresh the page, we need to turn the proxy to Burp Suite and launch our Burp Suite. Make sure the intercept option is on and refresh. As you can see, the Burp Suite has intercepted this request. Then, based on the hints we got from the source code, we need to change the user agent field in the request headers. So how to change? We just remove the original one and put the MD5 value here. Apply changes. Forward, forward, forward. As you can see, we got the next challenge, and we can copy and note it down to our notebook. So we need to move forward, right? Similarly, I think the content itself cannot tell much about the next step. We can check the source code and turn off the proxy. Yeah, there's some information. Yeah, link. There is cascade style sheet file. We can click on it. Nothing we can get. The proper fuck. Next, we need to get the next challenge or next directory, right? So how to get? Refresh. Properly sparked all kinds of interest. She wasn't keen on sharing info with whatever that was. Okay, sorry. You know, from the map, we have already got the fourth challenge, right? If you cut out the result, the robots file has one disallowed entry. So from the pattern, we can know that this should be the next challenge. Even we do not need to figure out because it's already there by a map. And we can copy this directory and access this directory in the browser. As you can see, we got the next challenge. And if we click this link, we got the next challenge. We can copy. Even here, the page itself contains the address for the next challenge or sixth challenge. We just copy and note it down to our notebook. And then, meanwhile, we can access this next challenge. We are prompted by this pop window, or rather, this must be some sort of a password, right? So we can turn on the proxy again to intercept the request. We can put anything like password. Okay. However, as you can see in the request, we didn't find such information what we inputted. Very weird, right? So in other words, our information hasn't been intercepted by the Burp Suite. So how to do? You know, sometimes I just mentioned in other video, we cannot rely on single tool or utility. In this case, we can use Q to analyze the request and response. Press enter. As you can see, we got the page back. And here there is some JavaScript code. And this define the variable x and define the second variable and this one. So the variable, this is the pump or prompt. If the x is totally equal to null, and will be redirect to this page. And if the x substring, you know, this is the JavaScript function. From the name itself, we can know that this function will make truncation from this original string. If the string between 2 or the second letter and the seventh is equal to L, and then we'll be redirected to this page. So I think we just input the X. The X should include this string. We can copy, and we can, for example, make sure the second element should be this one. And we can put anything. In the end, we can copy. And now we go back. We can turn off the proxy, refresh, and paste in the window, log in. As you can see, we successfully bypassed the authentication. And even we got the next challenge. We can put it in here. All right, so we can access this directory. Again, we are prompted by another window. Similarly, we can use Q, we can use Q and the address. Press button. Yeah, in this JavaScript code, there is again some comment. Someone don't bother reading my carefully prepared memo on commonly used passwords. Now then, as I do meticulously pointed out, the four most used passwords are love, sex, secret. However, the fourth password is not displayed here. So we need to figure it out by ourselves, sorry. And here, I think this should be the hex dump we can copy and use, sorry, not this one. We can copy and go to the, here. I have already pasted it in the subchef. The subchef can help us to decode the message. And you can select or choose the operation, this one from hex, and you got the content. Yeah, as you can see, many information. And also here, very weird. It looks like this is some sort of the MD file we can copy. We can paste in here, and we can make some formatting. Yeah, this one, useless. Also this one, useless. Useless. So this looks like this is the MD5 hash. We can copy and use the crack station to crack it. We can paste in here. I'm not robot, of course. Select the buses. I hate this. Oh, terrible. As you can see, the result is hello. And then we can crack the second one, the second string or the value. Yeah, we need to, yes, bus, bus, bus. Verify. So the password should be gold. So then we can go back to the browser and disable gold. Okay, as you can see, we successfully bypassed the authentication. So now what are we going to do next? We need to check the source code again. Oh, this is not they should be taking us to the next challenge. However, it still stays the same page. There was no hint. Although we have already bypassed the authentication, there was no hint, no obvious step. Finding the next node would be the challenge, or maybe more like a test. You know, I think next will be, some sort of a mess involved. You look at the pattern of the challenge or the URL, you can decode or decrypt this value. This is MD5, right? I've already done that earlier. So this should be C8. This one we can copy and use the crack station to crack it. Yeah, this is 5. Sorry, this should be again. Verify. Oh, this one. Seven. Next. So this should be 11. Next one should be 13. So I think also from the machine title, which is some primer, this should be some related to the primer. So next challenge should be the MD5 value of the 19, right? So we can create the 19, generate the hash value for the 19. And we can copy. And next one should be this one, right? We can copy. As you can see, it works. And even taking us to the next level. And we can check the source code of this page. If you take a look at the JavaScript here, go to the main. This script contains the next challenge. Yeah, this one. We can copy. And we can put in here. Even we bypassed the authentication, right? Without any other things to do. So that's pretty much it. I'd like to see you in the next one. Bye. Have a nice day.